Welcome pilots to DSpec HYPER. In this video we're going to learn a few other flight maneuvers that will help you navigate some of the track obstacles a little bit quicker and a bit more smoothly. If we lift up again, normally with a commercial drone, when you want to turn you will just apply some yaw, but as you'll see in a minute, if I'm flying down this straight line and I just do the yaw, it'll swivel the drone but it continues to move along that straight line. So what do I actually need to do to make a turn? Well, you need to actually apply yaw and roll. Now to start with, we'll do these inputs separately. I'll just come around onto the next straight line. So if we head down this straight line, first I can apply some yaw. That swivels the drone, and now if I apply roll in the same direction, that'll let me change the direction of flight. I'll just show you again. Come down this straight, apply some yaw, that swivels, and now if I apply roll, it'll actually change my direction of travel. So if you can practice that a few times as individual stick inputs, going in the same direction for both the yaw and roll, that will help you figure out how to make turns. Once you've got a bit more experience, you obviously don't want to make turns with two separate stick inputs. So you'll need to make a coordinated turn, doing yaw and roll at the same time. So if you look at my stick inputs, the displays on the screen, I'm actually pushing the yaw and the roll both to the left to make that turn and make it a bit more smoothly. Okay, so that's the way we make coordinated turns. I'll just swing around and we'll just do some right-hand turns here. So let's go down the straight. This time my yaw and roll sticks will push to the right to make that smooth, coordinated turn. It takes a little bit of practice, but eventually you'll get the hang of it, and then you'll start making nice, smooth, fast turns. Another tip for beginner pilots, if you're trying to fly in a straight line and you lose a bit of control off of your line, try to avoid yawing to get back on your straight line, because with the FPV drone that doesn't actually change the position of your drone. If you want to get back onto your straight line, just use the roll stick and roll yourself back onto your straight line rather than trying to achieve that with yaw. So I'm off my line here. If I roll it a bit to the right, and then I can pull it back into a straight line after I've rolled back onto my correct track. So the next tip we're going to discuss is how to tackle obstacles on a circuit. One of the best tips for FPV pilots is, as you're tackling the current obstacle, you should be lining the next obstacle up in your view. So I'm just going to take off here and head out towards this gate, and as I'm moving through this gate I should actually turn so that the next gate is in my sights. Likewise with this flag, I'm going to start yawing nice and early so I can see my next flag obstacle there, and it makes it a lot easier to move your way around the track. Okay, so I'll just start again, I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to lift up a little bit, pitch forward slowly, I'll go a bit slower on this one. As I move through this first gate, I actually want to turn so that I can see the next gate before I actually pass through it. Likewise with this flag, I want to yaw nice and early so I can actually line up the next flag and gate before I've actually made it through that first obstacle. So now I'll just show you what it looks like if you're not actually lining up the next obstacle as you pass through the current obstacle. You'll notice I'll lift up here, I'll head through this first gate, and then if I try to turn once I've made it through that first gate, I end up drifting way past the course and have to correct and then try and come back onto the course. Likewise with this flag, if I first make it past the flag and then decide to turn, I can't actually see where my next obstacle is, and you end up drifting a long way past the obstacles which you want to actually navigate quite tightly around. So just remember, try and line up your next obstacle as you're passing through a current obstacle. So there you go. 3 skills to practice and 3 types of obstacles to attempt. Don't forget, if you have any further questions, you can jump into the Discord server and post in one of the channels. That's it for now, and we look forward to seeing you out on the track.